What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel here at GroceryBoiz Twitch. We have myself, JT, and Cam for this week's peer review. We were supposed to have Deucez, but apparently his computer exploded or some shit. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention when the nigga was trying to explain to me. But yeah, so it's just gonna be us three. That gives us a little bit more time to give you guys some feedback. But without further ado, let's get into this shit. I think we have mid-roll 7 and as a Jesus.
Yo,
Got
what
Yeah,
the
we
fuck?
yeah,
What
so
is
we got
lab?
mid roll, Noisy Boy, Astrominate, Smileys, Oathkeeper, and Kindly also up in the sub roll. Yeah, this tune's gonna be fucked.
Yeah. I can.
Insert 7 up here.
So, is that considered square four, Devin?
That's great for
It was like
the
square four
Switch.
sounds in there. Yeah, the Switch. Okay, yeah, that was what I say.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the Switch is super fucking tight. I really like that. Like that was probably my favorite part of the tune. Honestly, I really like all the sound design right there and the flow right there.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are flexing. Like, what do you want me to say? Like,
Is
oh,
it?
this song is fucking.
It's
Like, come on
fucking
now,
mid roll
fucking.
7 as a beam. Like,
Yeah,
what do
like
you guys
you guys
want?
knew you were doing. You guys knew what you were doing when you turned this shit in. Like, obviously, it's fucking mental. But and the thing is too, I was gonna say like the intro drags on a little bit. I find myself getting a little bit bored, but I know like for a fact that the intro is just filler. So I'm gonna assume that like right now it's just you and Azabeam. Um, the first drop sounds a lot like fucking Azza. Then when it gets Super Square 4, I'm gonna assume that's you. And based off the fact that it says insert 7 drop here, I'm gonna assume that he hasn't really touched it yet. But yeah, so it's a fucking sick ass tune. Like I don't
Yeah,
really have feedback. You guys are just assholes for sitting in something that's awesome.
Yeah, send send it when it's complete too. Show off even more.
that part. That part. But yeah, that Switch is absolutely disgusting. I really like.
Okay.
That's probably one of the coolest things I've heard in a minute. Shout out Spider for the gifted sub.
Go and
And
the super
Supervillain
villain. I'm assuming that's for Lil Gay.
and Oathkeeper. Shout out everyone that's been gifted. We on a level 3 hype train. Y'all are lit.
Yeah, that was. I don't know what to say. That was just fucking perfect. for being just a little whip, like, and you're the only one on it. I can't wait to hear what Azabeam has to do with this.
One thing I will say, but I still, again, like I know this is still just very, very early development. On the initial first drop, the A section, the mids could cut through a little bit more. It is very like high heavy right now, and some of the frequencies are clashing a little bit. So I would like to hear that sub a little bit more present and just kind of hear the mids boosted. But yeah, again, like this is baby stages.
Banger tune though. Banger rip.
Yeah.
Starting off heavy
Yeah,
right now.
quite a
We're
lot.
starting off
Yeah.
crazy.
Up.
Ah, shit. Oh, it's a little Mabu flip?
I took a trip to the hood so I could make it out. Just so y'all can say I got shit handed down. I did it solely, no one put it in my bank account.
If you don't know me,
Then shut your mouth. What goes around comes around like an echo sound. Karma's a bitch, I guess you know it now. Said I could never snitch and make me hunt it down. Good trip. Can't say good trip. Go sound. Can't say can't say
Damn, I kind of want to give that a cart. Like, even though that's a whip, like, I kind of want to give that a cart. Like, the intro was super tight. Lil Mabu's like super dope. Like, I fuck with Lil Mabu a lot, and that intro like definitely kept like it still kept his energy. It kept that like ignorant like drill type energy, and then like the way that you brought it into the drop is super sick. And the drop has a lot of really cool sound design. There's a lot of cool like background noises that like hit in the high end that like sound super dope. I can't really remake them with my mouth, but yeah, the sound design there is like on point, and the someone else in chat said it. The swing on it is just insane. Like that song just has like a crazy flow to it. Like that was fire.
I really do enjoy the flow and the sound design of it, but I feel like there's just a bit of muddiness or clashing in like the mid frequencies in both of the drops, where it was just like not letting everything else come through. I don't
I
know.
heard that too.
It was just a little bit wide and fuzzy, where like I feel like if it was cleaned up just a little bit, it would be so fucking just crisp.
I heard that too. I thought it was just like because I was listening to it through like the Twitch stream and not like straight from like my PC, that like the quality was a little bit like
So
it
I
sounded
think
it
what's
wasn't
happening.
sounding, like quiet.
So what I think what's happening here is I feel like there's sub on all, like the sub is turned on all the synth patches, and there's distortion on all the synth patches, and there's also distortion on the sub. And like, yeah, it sounds gnarly and it gives it energy. But like what I would personally like to hear, like I do think this song benefits from controlled distortion, but the key word here is controlled. So either figure out if you want to do clean synths and distorted sub, or distorted sub and clean synths. I would personally love to hear a distorted sub with clean synths because the sub on the actual rap bit is already blown out. I think the part carry into the actual drop. So I would say cut the low ends on the synths and just have all those frequencies come from the actual sub and just let the synths be really cool and clean. But that being said, yeah, this is one of the coolest tracks I've heard in a very long time. I think the only thing besides mixdown that I would like to hear from this track is I would like to hear the little Mabu part be extended. I feel like this song in a set would be a palate cleanser. At least the intro is a palate cleanser. So having a like 48, maybe even 64 bar intro before the song drops would go a very long way. But I do have to commend you both on how seamlessly you guys transitioned from intro into drop on this tune. It was done perfectly. And that switch is absolutely fucked. It was a really, really nice switch. The only thing is this, like, I would like to hear a super dramatic change when once that switch comes in, every 8 bars to be something wildly different. Because it felt like after a while you were riding off the hype of that initial switch change for a little too long, and I started getting bored a little bit.
I think I'm still gonna give it a card just because I liked it a lot. I
Yeah,
liked
I,
it so
I,
much.
I really did like that.
Yeah,
idea.
like, I'm giving that a card.
I mean, yeah, I would give it a card, but you know. Like,
Yeah, gold card for Nosy Boy. All right. Next up, yep. I'll update.
Country.
We got
Road.
we got a bunch of people in queue. I got y'all.
Once upon a time, not too long ago, a man by the name of Hall embarked on a lone journey across America, guided only by the gallop of his trusty stallion and the starlit desert. Damn, Hall. Country.
What the fuck?
God damn it!
Nuts.
Will be mine.
Devin, this is a reminder to send me the stems for our collab so I can finish it.
That's fucking hilarious.
He paid for that? He paid just to say.
Wait, did he...
Yeah, he donated for that.
Okay, so I hated every second of that. But god damn it, do I respect a man who will pay money to fucking troll the shit out of me while I'm on the clock? Well played. Yeah,
Oh my
well played.
That shit
You-
was
you made-
amazing, bro.
You may not have the stems, but you have my respect. So there it goes.
Yeah, that's an easy gold card. That was fucking hilarious. That was great.
Dubwing and Islander say my song channel point Q. Let's go. Oh, that was different. Different.
Creativity is insane right there. Community plat card.
We'll tell you what. You're gonna have a platinum cart until the end of the stream.
Honorary GB till the end of the stream.
Oh yeah, it's on the stream.
All right, that was fucking. All right, next up, Astrominate Whip 0 ideas. Is this the one you wanted?
I thought
Astrominate?
that said Whippo
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. Hot face. Oh, ideas. Why? Because he's.
Ooh, ooh. This is gas. Ooh.
The guitar bits.
That switch is tight. I enjoy that.
You say whip 0 ideas, then come in with some of the fucking freshest shit I've ever heard. Like,
For real, you're really good at like the guitar fills, just having like the guitar in the background of the song, just making like the guitar a huge element of your tunes. Like your tunes always have like a cool swing and flow to them. Like you make really danceable like dubstep. Like I feel like you could get a bunch of people on a dance floor at a wedding and they could just start like grooving to like a lot of your tunes. Shout out Tomu
Yeah,
for
so
the sub. Tomu? I can't read.
so anyways, needless to say, I feel like you have some of the best intros in not only Mexico but like in dubstep as a whole. Unique, and like I said, it represents the culture that you come from, and I love that. One gripe I have with this tune is kind of the problem I find myself having with like several of the things that you've turned in lately is I think when the drop first comes in, the guitars do not need to be behind it at all. I think it's just too much going on, and I think that the guitars are so cool that they can be their own section in the middle of the drop without the synth work on top of it. And same thing that goes with the synth work. And I think trying to have both on top of each other is causing you mix down issues for the actual like dubstep synths that you have going on because the drop sounds like kind of muddy when it first comes in. But yeah, so like definitely still use the guitars as fills, and then maybe bring in guitars on like the last 8 bars of the drop as like an as an introduction to the bridge before the second drop. And I'm kind of glad that you actually left the last drop that's not finished because that was a perfect example of what this tune should have been from the jump. Because when that drop came in by itself with no guitar in the background, it sounded so much better and it hit so much harder than the first drop. So that's something to keep in mind. Like I love what you do as a producer and as a musician, but you don't have to have both running all times all the time, you know?
JT.
Like this idea was like these ideas are fucking they're great. Like I honestly like you make more complex music than I know how to give advice on. Like tips, like do what you do.
Very true. I do agree with Devin though that like the ending drop should be like a whole like first drop, and then you can just take the original drop that you have and make it like the second drop or something like that. Because it does sound really cool. It does sound like less like there's less going on when you have it without the guitar playing. It's easier to digest.
I will say on the Switch, I do think the trumpet should be on that part. Like that was cool because they were switching off. You know, I think that was a cool way to have both going on at the same time. But when you're just running both at the same, like running both over each other, it does cause some mix sound issues, and it's just harder to digest.
I still want to fucking give that one a cart just based on the whip. Like,
I mean, you can give him the cart.
I'm gonna give it a handbasket
I'm
because
giving
I
him
do
a cart.
agree with what Devin said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking.
Because I think if
Yeah,
you
Tom,
were
you-
to
Tom,
go
you-
back and I think if you were to go back and make those changes, it would be even better than what it is. And because it has that potential, I don't want to give it a cart yet.
Fair.
Yeah, I want these niggas to strive for more.
So the queue we got Smileys, we got Lil Guy, got just Joe or Oathkeeper, then Kindly, Spider, Domatix, Skeletor, Tomu,
And yeah,
and then
guys,
Rib
we love you.
Cage,
We love you.
Rib Cage.
We love you
Yeah.
so much for all the support you give us week after week. But please, please, please don't be that dude that's just spamming "Where am I in the queue" the entire fucking stream. We see it. We're gonna get to everyone.
Like
we will periodically update you on what the queue is. Just enjoy the songs with us. Like we're gonna get to you guys if we can.
No, you're all good, Tommy. This is your first time. Smileys, let's go. Spent an hour on this. Don't hate too much. You know what? We're gonna hate all we want. This is what the stream's about.
Play that one rhythm, DJ, that plays that one rhythm song, and it kind of goes like. Play that one rhythm, DJ, that plays that one rhythm song, and it kind of goes like. And it kind of goes like. that one rhythm DJ that plays out?
I really like the drum samples. That kick and clap sounded so nice. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Yeah, bangers. Sound design on point. Flow was on point. I never got bored like listening to the flow at all. There's so many things in the drop. There's so many elements of the drop that just sounded super nice and clean, and everything was very cohesive. That was a cool tune. That was tight. The fact that you spent an hour on that is actually insane. Like that sounds like a fully finished tune, honestly. Like that's pretty crazy.
JT, you want to go?
Yeah, I was gonna say I really enjoy the flow on this one. Like, especially when that the stain came into it. Like, it's just fucking good rhythm. Just simple enough, but also just enough complexity or like enough elements in it that it's not too boring. But I really enjoyed it. I think once you like actually work on it a bit more, clean up the mix down, and maybe even add like some more little glitchy stuff and random fills, fucking crazier.
Yeah, the sound design is actually really nice. Kind of reminds me of Deuces, funny enough. But there's like three things about this track that drive me absolutely insane. One, I don't know if it's the sub patch or just the fact that the sub is just too choppy and like, uh, I don't know like the sub was just throwing me off the entire track. Two, the sample. It's a funny sample, I get that, but like it's just a really personal thing with me. I hate samples that mention rhythm that go into a drop that isn't rhythm. And this isn't a bad tune; it's just not rhythm. So like that was just something that I was stuck on like for the rest of the drop. And I know I'm kind of an elitist when it comes to that kind of shit. But like I just hate when people are like, haha, he said the funny word rhythm, and then there's a drop and it's like not rhythm, you know? I don't know if that was intentional or if you just kind of don't know what rhythm is, which is fine because like it's not really anyone's fault at this point because it's just this whole other reason why people are confused on what actual rhythm is at this point. I'm not going to get into it. But beyond that, there's just too many unnecessary pauses in the drop. Like you do such a good job of building up momentum and energy, and then like I feel like I heard the switch sample like 17 times in both drops. It's like, bro, like you don't need to tell me that you're gonna switch before a switch. Just switch, you know?
Like, stay the same. Fucking go into another 16 bars of the same shit.
That'd be kind of funny. It's just a sample that says nothing changed. It's just the fucking same shit.
Quieter this time. Yeah, I feel for an hour, it's very impressive. Up next, it's
Oh, yeah, one final thing. That sustain on the second drop when it first came in was kind of weak.
Deuce's computer imploded like that
Yeah.
submarine.
oh.
You're not seeing heaven.
That sub went down, but our sub count is going up. All right, let's go, stupid little guy.
You're not seeing heaven.
Was I ever?
Hey, little girl.
Oh,
I
what
know
a
this
little
is like
guy.
I know this is like a joke account, side alias parody thing. I get it. I get it. I get it. But fuck, dude, it's so piercing. Like, I understand the whole meme account intentionally bad mixdowns, but like, please just tame the high ends.
Facts. That's so loud. Other than that, it was cool. I like the snare sample. It sounds really nice and crispy, but like, damn, that shit hurts my ears a little bit. Like the whole tune. That
Damn.
like high pitch like sound you got going on. Like, tame that a little bit.
Tame that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
I know who it is, Jerron.
I know. The littlest guy.
The shortest of them all.
It's kind of funny that you have Lamo Bamo in the comments, and it's just kind of memeception. I'll be right back.
Sensei, no, you. I played. Yeah, we're still in the donation queue.
It's the Squidward little guy.
Oh my god. Okay. Next up, we got just Joe. Oh, where's he going? Take a piss?
I think he went to grab his food.
Might as well be pissing.
You want to place bets on what he got, chat? What do you think he got?
Yeah. Bets on what Devin's eating.
Fucking McDonald's or Wiener Schnitzel or Taco Bell. I think those are the closest things by his house.
Yeah, it is a proximity.
Or possibly Chipotle. Yeah. But I don't know. Nah, this nigga not getting sushi.
I would say Chipotle for just.
There's ghost pepper fries at Wendy's. What the fuck? That
What?
sounds terrible.
No, that sounds gas.
I got traumatic memories from eating ghost peppers, so I just won't do it. I'll just not eat that.
Just don't eat.
Just don't eat it. Yep. Papa John's. That's a potential. Or Little Caesars. There's potential in that. Jack in the Box? Is it Jack in the Box?
Did I miss the song? Oh.
No. We were placing bets on what kind of food you got. What'd you get?
Jack in the Box.
Oh, nobody gets that shit.
Nobody gets that. Also, BBXO, we do this every Thursday, yes.
We'll have to have a replacement host because Devin's leaving the country for good. Said fuck y'all.
This fool's getting deported.
Whip V2.5_pain.
I ain't scared of nothing, drop the haters down right in the dirt. Put up on your back, grab the hearse, put it in reverse.
This is what little guy will do when he grows up. I want Elon Musk.
I ain't scared of nothing, drop the haters down right in the dirt. Put up on your back, grab the hearse, put it in reverse.
Okay, there's no side chaining. It's over compressed. The flow just trips over itself time over time again. The pitch up on the beginning of the B section is just completely unnecessary, and it's just very, 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 very loud. Like you're getting better at sound design, but you're trying to do too much, and you're just not there yet. And that's not a bad thing. I would just say like the thing that I want you to work on is no Dubwing. This is actually fucking advice that he needs. Jesus Christ. What you need to work on and what I want to see you work on is trying to do less. Like simplicate everything, like simplicate your approach and don't try to do too much right now. And I promise you, like, if you take things slowly, you're gonna get better results out of your tunes. Because you're getting way better each week. Just don't like get ahead of yourself. And that's like the problem I have with each tune that you send in, is you're trying to do more than you're currently capable of. And I get that. I totally do. But I promise you, if you just take a few steps back and be patient, you'll get better quicker.
The only thing that stuck out to me that fuck with the song was that like build up type thing. Second drop, just like the way it just like kept like starting out, like I don't know, it kind of hard to follow a bit, and then it went just into almost the same first drop again, till it like quarter notey type shit, like bars in. Quite understand because I thought you were building up something like crazy, then it was like kind of the same first drop again. That's just my.
So, just Joe, are you on what DAW are you on? Just out of curiosity.
He's also Oathkeeper in chat.
Ableton? Okay, cool. So what I would recommend doing, just for a little bit, is take the songs that are like that you want to copy, right? Whether it be like, I would say like take a song with the flow that you really like, flow over everything that you really like, you know? Put that into Ableton and just put the entire song there and then try to make your own version of that and then just use that song as a reference. And then that'll help you with structure.
Captain Crunch. All right,
That's a
yeah,
very
a
good tune.
man of culture. Okay, okay.
Yeah, man of culture for real. No, yeah. My advice is pretty much everything that Devin and JT had to say. The flow is a lot. It kind of, like Devin said, it trips over itself. And then I guess like for the tune itself, it sounds. It just doesn't sound as clean as it could. And then I guess like the main synth, or the main bass, I think that like you could maybe do something more with it. I don't know if it's just the sound itself that I'm not really liking, but I think that there's definitely something else you could do with it. But yeah, as like I would say like structure wise and idea wise, you're definitely getting a lot better. Like from everything that you send us, like you're definitely getting more of an idea of like what you want to make.
Up next, we got Kindly. Yeah, is that song? What?
What you saying?
It does sound like a burp. That switch is tight.
We're not playing. Oi, oi, oi. We're not playing.
Ooh.
What you saying? What you saying? What's man over here? We're not playing. Oi, oi, oi. We're not playing.
I like how it slows down right there.
What's man over here?
What the fuck? What the fuck? This wouldn't sound like in that submarine when they were going down.
Jesus Christ. Outro me.
So that last part would actually be really cool if you didn't bass boost it. I know, dead ass.
No, I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah,
It's
dead
boosted.
ass. Like that slowed down like flow would actually sound really fucking hard. Like, but overall, like the tune itself is super dope. I think the only
And you a bitch. You a bitch for that last part, bro.
holy shit. Yeah, I really fucking I like the flow a lot, and the switch up is really fucking cool. The sound design on that switch up is so fire. That like high pitch like wow 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 fire, dumb fire. Like someone in the chat said it, all gas, no brakes, for real. Like I enjoy that tune a lot. I think the transition between like the first drop to like the bridge, I think could be a little bit like smoother. But other than that, like banger tune. I'm not giving it a card because of that last part though.
Holding back the card just because fucking tinnitus simulator.
Bruh.
That part destroyed. Yeah, like Cam said, I really enjoyed. I also enjoy how you switch up what you send us like each time, whether it's like kind of like sad boy type music, emotional music, or fucking just heavy bangers. I appreciate your variety.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the more versatile producers that we have the honor of reviewing week after week. So I do commend you for that. I do also, I don't know if this is your first take on like Square 4, Rhythm, etc. I know you've been hanging out with Yax, so I can feel his influence in this track. I actually really think you did a good job on the flow and the sound design of the strictly Square 4 bit. I think this is exactly what a kindly rhythm tune should sound like. One of the only things is I think the intro should be longer because like you start off with the typical kindly intro and you're kind of like fading into the fact that this is going to be something different, and I think that you can better do that if you extend the intro a little bit. When the first drop comes in, I do feel like your Square 4 patch is lacking in the mid-range, and so is your sub. And at first, I was going to give you the benefit of the doubt because I'm listening to this through Twitch, so I thought that it was maybe the situation with my headphones. But then when that switch came in with the horns, the sub was there, nice, warm, and present, nice, exactly what I wanted it to be on the Square 4 bit. So go revisit the first part of the drop before the trumpet comes in. And when the trumpet does come in, like, dude, that's honestly probably the coolest switch I've heard in a very, very, very long time. Like, that's just insane. You should be proud of that. Extremely proud of that. Like, I will love to play this tune out once it's done. Like, solely because of that switch, you know? One thing I will say, though, is when you have the Square 4 pattern going under the trumpet switch, I don't know if that happens the first time you bring it in, but I know for a fact it happens on the second drop. I found myself getting tired of that Square 4 flow just because it happens, like, it was just going on for so long on a loop. So even though you brought in the trumpets and those are different, like, I still felt this bit of repetitiveness. If you don't need the Square 4 under the trumpets, or if you really want to keep them, simplify them, keep it, you know, like a little, make the flow a little different. But yeah, this is a really, really sick tune, and I'll give you a card for this one. This is awesome.
Hell yeah, I'm giving it a card. I'm giving it a card. Give it the card, Cam. The outro was a meme.
Okay, fine. I'll give it a card.
Let's go. Gold card for kindly. Next up, Spider X Eerie.
Please make a version of that without the outro meme. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
actually, no, keep that part, just not hella bass boosted. Honestly,
Bro, actually, give us a halftime switch with the horn.
yes.
That's what you can do for the second drop. When you bring in the horns on the second drop, halftime with like a super fat sub, and then yeah.
Here. This one. Oh. Wait, do you want this one or do you want the other one? I got you. They fatten that sub a lot.
Wheel. What? This part's so tight.
I'm the project file.
Yeah, I don't remember what we all said last time, but
He typed it in chat, bro.
oh, okay. Well, I really like now, like hearing this again, like the flow
here,
is
it's here.
so good.
He's here.
Like I really enjoy the flow, and I like the whole kind of like melody that you have going along with the whole tune, the bump 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 bump. But like I think it's really catchy, and just everything about it sounds so clean, and that second drop is so tight. I really enjoyed that. I like how everything about that was kind of like a huge switch up, but you still kept like the same melody and like flow of like the rest of the like the first drop. It was just super cool how you switch it up. That's a cart. I give that a cart 100%.
Yeah. The spacing really fucking helped with the flow. Right? Sounds like a whole new song. Like it literally just makes you want to dance the entire time. Get fucking bored once during Cam said.
You
Second.
see? Sorry, JT, what were you gonna say?
I was saying that second drop, like we fucking wheeled it for it was fucking nutty. Like
You see what happens? You see what happens when you keep your wits about you and you don't get butthurt when I go the fuck off on one of your tunes on the fucking review part? It gets better. It gets better. So, for those of you watching, if I ever go off on you, just know it's because I actually believe in you and your potential. I think this tune still needs some work, but holy shit, the improvement here is fucking insane, and I have to applaud both of you for that. Because you took what I told you, and then you guys went and made it your own. And for me, giving feedback, like you two are people that I will continue to give feedback to because you're taking my ideas that I have for you, but then building off of them and then making your own. And that's all I want for anyone I ever help out in this industry. That being said, the things I love that you did, I love the first pre-drop. I think it's really cool. I think it does a good job at building tension. The flow of it kind of changes a little bit. And it's kind of an approach to a pre-drop, like cadence-wise, that I haven't really heard yet. The flow carries itself a lot better. The little like high-pitched beeping noise you brought in on the second drop, I think is the perfect thing to do here on this second drop. So what I would have you change, for me personally, I think the late drop on the second drop goes on a tad long. I found myself being over it at that point. I don't even know if you really need a fake out on the second drop. I think you can kind of just go into what you have, you know? But if you do want to do the fake out, just shorten it a bit. But I think Dematic said that you could tame the highs on the main synth still. There's still a little piercing with that. I do agree. And overall, I think the main synth is still just like the triplet synth. It's a little dry. It's a little dry, and I think it's lacking in the mid range a little bit. But like, brothers, good shit. Good shit. I want you guys to continue working on this, please. It's not done yet, but continue working on this, and like I will continue to give you the best feedback as I can. But like, I will give you a cart right now just because you guys did improve so much from the last time you sent it in.
Yeah, it's like a whole new fucking song. Even with like it's the same song, but I'm giving that one a card as well.
Yeah, giving that one a huge cart.
Card for Spider and Yuri. Yeah, and that's like Yuri's second
Oh,
card.
that was like that was actually like a super cool tune. Like I would really want you guys to sing that to me. Actually, like let's start Joma's planning.
All right.
Oh
Next up,
God,
we got
we love Joma.
next up we got Domatix. Yeah, we love Joma. ID not finished. Yeah.
We're not supposed to be listening to this one, buddy.
What?
We're not supposed to be listening to this one.
We're not supposed to be listening to this one? Crazy.
Hey, that's still fire though. For what it's worth, since we did hear it, that shit was gas. Like,
Oh. Actually, bad man.
What you wonder? Fuck with the
So this track is going to be divisive. This track is going to have producers kind of like creaming their pants a little bit. There's some mix down issues that I'll go over later. But as far as like the flow and the approach of this track with the drum timing, it's interesting. You know what I mean? But for the average listener, it's going to go right over their heads and throw them off. But for producer nerds, they're going to be geeked on this. I feel like you're doing that on purpose, but as long as you're aware of that, you know, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
That being
I'm
said,
not
this
an average listener that it went over their head. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're chilling. But I do think the entire track just sounds overcompressed in my opinion. But beyond that, I see what you're doing. I respect it. But yeah, this is definitely for like music nerds, so I respect it.
Press storage sounded very.
That part.
Low is
Yeah, it definitely went over my head. It was hard for me to keep up with. Or it was hard for me to like find a groove to. Whatever. I'm not gonna speak anymore.
I'm gonna smoke. All right. Oh, now you're being. Good. You don't gotta apologize for fucking making something you're proud of. You went off on.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not
it's because
bad.
people are dumb. You don't gotta fucking say it.
No, because the thing is too, like you went into this knowing that it's not going to be for everyone, and like I said, it's divisive. So, like I said, this was your intent from the beginning. You're doing a good job of it, but just revisit that mix out a bit.
Up next, we got Skelly.
Ooh, Skeletor tune.
You can't. I'm kidding. You're not stupid. That tune's just not for everyone, and I get it. Pause. JT, pause real quick. Before we go any further, that pan is super fucking cool. And if you don't implement this pan as either a pre-drop or somewhere in this drop, I am going to choke you in Minecraft. All right, continue.
I hope he doesn't. I want you to fucking choke him in Minecraft. Deuces.
Spike!
What the fuck?
Listen to a build up into nothing. Oh my god. That is how you use the psych sample.
Yeah.
Do me a favor and play that part just again, just the psych bit into the top.
God.
Okay.
Yeah,
God.
that's
Yeah,
And
this is really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. So you kind of abandoned the super just exaggerated pan. I would love to hear that come in on your drop. I do think the Switch is ridiculously cool. I would love, yeah, it does sound. I was gonna get to that, Deuces, but it does sound out of key. Honestly, brother, just keep it the same key that it is for the build up and the fake out and all that shit. Like just keep it all in the same key. I feel like it'll hit way harder. And then you do a key switch in the halfway through the drop. I think that could still change as long as the initial fake out switch drop whatever psych bitch thing is in the same key as the intro. And that's the only feedback I have. Oh, look who the fuck it is.
it's Deuces.
Oh, look who the
Oh, hey.
fuck it is.
What's up?
What up? What up?
yo.
What's good?
How you doing?
Good with you.
Chat, welcome Deuces.
So I have to be really weird with this. So the out on my interface is working. The in, both 1 and 2, channel 1 and 2, are just flashing green and just doing terrible white noise, and it sounds like vinyl. I don't know what's going on. So I have to watch it from my computer for the stream and then use my phone for talking.
It's good. Oh, understandable. Well, thank you for finding a way to make it, man. I know this is
Yeah.
not optimal for you.
It's all good. It's honestly an honor to be with you, legends, and try to not take poops on people's tracks.
It's an honor to have you here.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love the gold locks.
Oh, thanks, brother.
You're very welcome. I just got a haircut, so now all my blonde's gone and I have to redo it.
What?
So that being said, what's your feedback on this tune, brother?
Said it was out of key.
No, he has to say it with his mouth now.
Okay. So I think everything up until the actual drop, like after the psych, was obviously probably pretty stock to the original. Obviously, maybe a little tempo change. Sounded really clean for it being changed. I think the only thing is just that key switch. Like that kind of threw it off to me, where it just didn't come in as hard as it sounds, if that makes sense.
That does make sense.
I wanted
yeah.
to see how long we could keep the silence going.
I love that my AirPod just decided to die in the middle of that. That was fun.
That's perfect timing.
Everything's against me today. I love it.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm
it could be
definitely
worse,
gonna
brother. You
give
could be
that
on
a
that
card.
fucking submarine.
Ooh,
I
I don't got that kind of
you're not
cash.
wrong. At least I'll be leaving my son, who has a great love for Blink-182, some money.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, next up, we got Tom Yu. And I refreshed it, so it says first time ever using FL. Oh, yeah. Yep, and it said in chat too. Hell yeah.
Oh, we about to get some house music? I'm with it. I really like that. That makes me want to go to Neon Garden, dance with alcohol in one hand and cigarettes and a blunt in the other hand.
Nigga, your hand finna stink.
So
might
that
be.
kind of reminded me of
Yeah,
like
and sunglasses.
being way too messed up at like a Detroit afters at like 6 in the morning.
Dude, that reminded me of being day drunk in Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's a really well executed track. I think you accomplished the exact thing you set out to do in the first place. And the only feedback or advice I have is just finish the fucking song. It's a great start. Now fucking finish it.
Especially for first time opening FL.
Facts.
If you keep watching like fucking YouTube tutorials and shit like that, like cracked in no time.
Just to add to the bad luck today, I went to go pick up Coronas, and they only had Coronitas.
The little tiny ones. Oh
Just
man,
bad luck streak today.
they make you feel like a giant though.
Try again.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Good day today. Good day.
All right, all right.
My man Deuce's got Shaq hands.
Yeah, good job, W. Next up,
Yeah, no,
that was a solid
a
tune.
really good tune. Yeah.
I think the only thing I noticed the difference from the last tune to this one is just obviously like volume wise, but it kind of makes sense with genre switches. Is dubstep, there's much more of a loudness war, whereas house is more of a clean war.
Yeah, because I feel like house is supposed to put you in a trance, and dubstep is supposed to just make you break shit.
Yeah.
what is trance music supposed to do?
Put you
I don't
to
know.
sleep. Never
Put
mind.
you to sleep. Ambient.
It's good for a hangover.
Got rib cage, X-ray.
I like the artwork.
Oh, send some country? Hell yeah.
That is an X-ray. Son's ribcage.
Sound design go burr.
Aggressive.
Yeah, it was super aggressive. I like the impact that the drop has when it initially comes in. It kind of hits like a brick. I like that. I was really hoping that it would have like a huge impact when when it came in. So yeah, kudos. You just gonna see how long the silence can keep going, or what, Devin?
Yes, sir. The sound that was sick. I like the dynamics a lot. I like the flow. The pauses were tasteful, and there's just a lot of energy going out through a lot of energy through the entirety of the track, which I enjoy. I'm not even the biggest fan of this style of dubstep, but I think you do this style of dubstep very well. I would say the one thing for me is just it's very, very loud. It doesn't need to be this loud, and tame the high ends because they're piercing. But beyond that, oh, and finish the fucking song. Yeah, but beyond that, good shit, brother.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say. I think I'm in agreement, to be honest, on this one.
Because ending was not as aggressive.
That's
Entire
an
song.
abrupt and that
Yeah.
abrupt ending.
Speaking of abrupt endings, hey, no,
Oh,
we've done
nope,
too many
nope,
subjects.
nope, nope. All right, next up, Kizzle. Oh, actually, honestly, I'm giving that one a card. I like the second drop a lot.
I give it Handbasket.
I'm not gonna give
Shit
it a cart,
about
not because it's a bad tune, just because it's a like it needs to be finished. But like, yeah, you're on your way to a cart. It's fucking sick. Just finish it. Make it quieter.
Train dubstep? Why not submarine dubstep?
Speaking of submarine dubstep, look at this thumbnail.
All right, Kizzle, Anchor, second drop. OMG. Too soon.
Anchor.
I feel like the second drop sounded a lot cleaner because the vocals were a lot chopped up and a little bit more in the background. Like during the entirety of the first drop, the vocals were just up so high, like just basically like almost the lead that I was focusing on that way more than like your synths or background noises or anything really. Like maybe if that was just a little bit more in the background instead of up so high, and then maybe automate it back in bridge. Bring it back in. So overpowering for me. Everything else, like the flow and everything, it was so fucking great. I really like the ambience and atmosphere you create.
Yeah, the atmosphere is really good. I like the choir sounds, that like the vocal choir thing that you had going on in the background. Only real thing for me is it sounds like in certain parts of the drop, it's just like a lot of things are just like conflicting. Like it's almost like there's too much going on. But like other than that, I really like the creativity here. Like the sound design is really interesting.
Deuces.
So I think on this one, something that really kind of bothered me in the intro, and it seemed like it kind of came back into the second verse. I loved the musicality of it, and I loved the low, I forget like the technical orchestral sound that was in it. But there was like some plucky or more staccato-y kind of like low strings in there. But then there was also some sub underneath that was doing, I think, eighths in the first verse. And then in the second verse, there was like some really underlying like twelfths, it almost sounded like. And it was taking away from the musicality of the staccato low strings and kind of eating the mix a little bit, in my opinion. And then, yeah, I think the only other thing I would say is just kind of work on like the clarity of the drop and just not trying to throw too much at it. Because kind of like you were saying with the second drop sounded a little bit cleaner. I think I would have to agree with that because it seemed like it was a little bit more tamed. But other than that, I think like the idea behind it and the creativity is phenomenal. I think it just needs a little bit more cleaning up, and it's a solid tune.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with JT and Deuces on that. And one thing that I noticed on the intro, at least, is like I do like your use of background Foley, but the like shakers that you have in the background, like those kind of like percussive shakers, tambourines, like maraca kind of things you have going on, they're too loud. They're just entirely too loud, and they're a bit distracting. And since you have less going on in the intro was way louder than the drop. But when the drop came in, like everything was clipping. And I honestly wasn't able to appreciate everything that you had going on until the second drop happened. And when the second drop came in, I was able to understand what you're trying to convey on the first drop and throughout the entirety of the song, because there was just less going on. And what you're like, the beauty of this track is it really able to shine through on the second drop because there's just less going on. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like I was not a fan of this until the second drop. And once I heard the second drop, I now hear the potential for what the first drop has to offer. So if you go back and just like really tame that mix out, because you have so much stuff in that first part of the first drop, just fighting for space in the mix, and they're all just like cramming on top of each other. And that's what's giving you a lot of the muddiness issues. Once you clean that up, this is going to be a really awesome song with a very unique approach.
Big agree.
Next up, got Bass Galaxy.
Dicky.
Hey, Jordan, shut the fuck up. Don't even start.
Orientation.
One more.
Banger. Massive banger. Again, that makes me want to go to Neon Garden and do bad decisions and dance.
Oh, you just come in here, go off every.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else do you want from us?
Yeah, a completely different genre this time.
Yeah, that surprised me actually. I was not ready for that. I enjoyed that a lot though. Devin got up. He disappeared.
Oh,
The submarine imploded.
rip. You know, I've been out of the house game for quite a while, so I don't really keep up these days. I know I sent one in a couple weeks back, just with playing around. Oh, we lost. Oh, did we lose him? Did we gain him? What's going on? That was thoroughly. I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the only thing I was gonna say, like listening through, was going into that like second verse, last 3-second drop, because it like kind of threw you back into it. I was gonna say to like have some low note like bass, like some sub bass to kind of carry it out of the first drop. But seeing how it went right back in, it kind of made sense with the way that you played it off. Other than that, I have really nothing because it was pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty damn good.
like no critiques about that. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. Make it longer, or well, I guess finish it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a banger. That was nice. That was a nice little festival like sounding house tune.
Like how there was like a little bit of distortion to it.
There we go. We're back.
A little bit of crunch. All right, what you think, Devin?
I don't know if you guys heard me the first time, but I said it's just a perfect sexy tune, and I have no feedback for it. I just finish the song.
Hell yeah. Right. Next up, we got Dark.
Did I bring my bad luck? Is that what made your Discord shit?
I think my Discord imploded.
Silly Bone. Collabing with your alt account? Baller move.
Big brain move.
I really enjoy the MIDI recorder parts.
Yeah. I think that's so funny. I don't know why. It reminds me of fucking it reminds me of like SpongeBob playing the clarinet with his nose at the end of the theme song.
It reminds
Oh
me
my
of
god.
the Titanic flute.
Yeah,
Titanic
the shitty.
flute.
Yeah. Oh man.
Holy shit. No,
Yeah.
I love like the creativity behind this, even though it's a joke. Like that's what makes it so cool.
It's like the perfect mix of like joke and serious.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't take itself too serious, but fucking hard.
Yeah, I really appreciate how the song starts off as a total piss take, but then the B section of the song you come in and show like you do understand sound design and flow, because those sweeping stabs, this like the sound design and like those were so sick, and the flow and those are really cool. So I appreciate the memes. Keep it up. Just finish the tune out, but this is sick.
Yeah.
You could even finish it out and do like a full serious drop. I know that's hard, but it'd work.
Yeah, I don't have much, to be honest. I could see on my end just where it could get like maybe a little bit more clarity, but other than that, it's a pretty good piss take for sure.
Give it a cart just for the jokes.
Yeah. Give it a go. Next up, we got Nodi.
Ooh, we like Nodi.
Oh fuck!
What like
I just exited out of Nodi on accident.
Yeah, I feel like today's theme has been experimental, unique, divisive. I think this is a great song. Like I know how you approach music, and I know that this is one of those things where you're doing this for the sheer sake of doing something that is different and hard to follow. And I appreciate that for what it is. But again, when you put stuff like this out there into the world, you have to realize that you're dividing the fan base. You know what I mean? There's gonna be like producer Discord nerds that understand where you're going and go, oh shit, okay, that's kind of neat. And then 90% of people that listen to music are just gonna listen to this and be like, I have no idea what's going on. But again, and I feel like it's the third time I've said this in stream, if that's what you're going for and you're okay with that, then you did a good job. And I have no notes.
So just joining, I was actually going to say the same thing. Like, as a producer, it's neat as shit. Like, it's cool as hell to hear things like this, but to like the normal average listener, I just don't know if there like the appeal would be there unless if there's like a specific niche that like there's that specific people that are into it. Because there's like being unique and different when it comes to like a consumer side of things. There's unique and different, and then there's noise. And I feel like to the normal average listener, they're gonna not understand what the hell's going on. That's not a shot at you because this is from a producer standpoint phenomenal and very unique, and it's awesome to hear that. And apparently, third time on stream that you guys are really pushing boundaries, and that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, 100%. This is
I
creative.
want to hear.
as hell.
I want to hear what Cam got to say about this one because I know this nigga ain't understand this shit.
Yeah, okay, the flow definitely like confused me. I'm not gonna lie. I said it in the chat. The flow confused me, but I still appreciate the creativity and the approach to it. But yeah, it went over my head, no cap, but I still thought it was cool. Because I know that it's meant to be like really dark and like, you know, it's supposed to have like a dark aesthetic, you know, a dark sound to it, and like it's still accomplished with this tune. Like you keep your signature sound here, even though you're doing something that's completely different and creative, and that's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. It's still you. So even when people hear it, like, yeah, it might trip them out, but it'll still be you at the end of the day.
The thing I could say about this, at least I'm not like overpowered by white noise this time. It's a lot cleaner. A lot of the other stuff you've gone for, but I do like your avant-garde dubstep.
Yeah, that's a great term for the music they make.
I think this would be a really cool intermission song on like a Noti album or a Noti EP, but as a standalone song, I think you're gonna lose a lot of people with this. But again, if you don't care, then fuck them.
Literally.
Couldn't agree more.
Next up, we got Dienda. Let's go thank view. Dark Mage.
Hands up, then we gonna drop. Hands up, then we gonna hands up, then we gonna drop. Hands up, then we gonna hands up, then we gonna drop. Hands up, then we gonna hands up, then we gonna drop. Hands up, then we gonna hands up, then we 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 hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up.
Cam say it, sound design go burr. I mean, you're not wrong. Sound design do go burr, but I also like the stabs that you got going in along with the drop, and the super disco-y intro was fire. It gave me like I would say like old like Barely Alive vibes when they used to use like old disco tracks for their intros. I really enjoyed that.
So I'm gonna be an asshole.
Let's go. Do it.
Dude, I was hooked from the jump. Like I loved it. Going into the drop, I actually really loved the like more of a swoop in instead of it just going straight at it. Because I feel like that would have that really good like oh moment for the crowd. But going into the sound design, I'm gonna contradict you here. Going into the like main bass sound design, for me, it just sounded a little too just like everything else. Like I hate to say that, but I was expecting something a little bit more plucky sounding, more plucky.
I was gonna say that too.
Okay.
Like,
all right, so I'm not gonna be the only asshole. Let's go.
Yeah. No. Finish what you're saying, and I'll play off that. My bad.
To me, it just sounded like you were trying to go more for like a tear outy, but not too far gone tear out kind of switch up with it, which is awesome. But I think
go full tear out. I was gonna say it needs more distortion. It needs erosion.
Yeah, like if you're gonna take it that route, take it there. But it sounded like you tried layering like a couple different things that, in my opinion, I don't think worked out well for the entirety of the song. Because like you had me hooked. I loved every part of it. I just think switching out the main bass a little bit to be a little bit more plucky sounding, or just take it straight tear out, or however you want to take it, would definitely give it more oomph. Because where you took it, I feel like you could take it further. If that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. And to play off that, like, I love the flow of the synth. Like, the flow is good. Like, the flow is there. Musicality, everything's there. It's just that main synth. This is going to be, like, the first time I've ever said this. It needs to be drier. It needs more white noise. Like, you're playing it really safe with the sound design right here. And, like, it just takes away from that fuck you, fuck off switch.
Yeah, 100%.
Put it 100%. I don't need to repeat everything he said. But one thing that did drive me crazy, though, is you did the thing that I fucking hate, where you do a build-up into another build-up. And I hate that. And it's not just a you thing. I hate when people do that. Like, you're setting up the momentum, and then you're dropping it, and then you have to rebuild it again. It doesn't hit as hard the second time. Also, the disco thing is really cool, but I feel like this specific disco thing has been done a bajillion times. Still really cool, but I've heard this before, you know? And I want to say I've heard it with, like, this exact song. I don't know who did it.
Abs and shit.
Yeah, I don't know who did it, but I feel like I've just heard it before, you know? So it's cool for what it is, but it could be coolier.
Could I actually send you guys an idea of, like, what I'm talking about sound design-wise?
Yeah, send it.
All right. Do I just drop it in the Discord somewhere?
Or, yeah. Directly.
Okay.
Again, like the producer.
Yeah, no, it's like super unlock, very small little whip. But it's like where I thought it would go. And I kind of want to, I guess, put more of what I meant by like a plucky sound, but harder. Why is my Discord like 10% zoom? Jesus Christ. What is happening? Sorry, I'm just trying to find you.
Okay.
There we go. Now I should be able to paste. Boom. There it is.
Perfect.
And it's like a small clip. It's not like a whole intro.
No. We gotta know other people talk about.
Yeah.
So when I get back to you.
Bet.
Yeah.
By the way,
I
be
understand
careful
what
with
you
the
guys
food
are
over there because
saying
you're gonna
now.
come back home and you're gonna hate American food. Mm-hmm.
Fucks up there.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we got half of.
I would just like to say that half of nothing is still nothing.
What's half? Yeah, what does that mean? What do you mean by that?
How about we compromise? We'll give you off until there. How about we compromise? We'll give you off until there.
Okay, so going back to what I told Oathkeeper earlier, less is more. And again, you're trying to do way too much, and you're getting better, but you're not there yet. So take a couple steps back, and really focus on simplicity, but effective simplicity. You know, like there's so many ideas here trying to happen at the same time that none of them are being executed to their full potential. And you know, from a mixdown standpoint, like there's almost no side chaining and the sub's not coming through at all. So like again, really take a few steps back, come into these like come into your production sessions with the mentality of just doing something really fucking bare bones and simple until you get the concept, and then add on to it once you do.
So I think this is where I'm going to jump in, and I think what I kind of picked up on from this is that it seems like you're still pretty fairly new to producing. Am I wrong in this, guys, or no?
No, he's
Okay.
just been doing it for about 9 months.
Okay. So I think you're still within that learning stage where you're still kind of getting your feet wet. And I would say just keep going, like keep learning. Like that's the biggest thing. Like I'm 15 years deep into this between multiple different genres, and I'm still searching and looking at tutorials almost every other day, trying to stay fresh and, you know, looking things up, trying new VSTs. So that's the biggest advice I can give you is just keep pushing forward. You're still learning and just keep learning. Keep looking up sound design tutorials. Because a lot of what I heard in there is it could be samples that you're just kind of putting all over the place and having fun with it, which is awesome. You're in that stage where it's actually still like a lot of fun to just mess around and like learning everything. but don't be afraid to do what Devin said and just kind of keep it more bare bones. Try to look up more basic stuff like arrangement and just kind of keep going forward, just learning little things at a time so you don't overwhelm yourself, and then just try to make really bare bones tracks to where it starts to become more cohesive and you can understand it and you're not just having fun but learning at the same time and progressing.
So I think too, like one thing, new producers, old producers, everywhere in between, that kind of gets lost is every song should tell a story. Like think of every song as a movie. It should be a beginning, an intro, a climax, like it should tell a cohesive story from start to finish that makes sense. You know what I mean? And this track is kind of just going back and forth all over the place with no direction, So it's kind of like really start to think of your projects as a movie with a storyline and follow that story.
I think like with me working with a lot of people that are beginning producers, a lot of them have the stories in their head, but they're still trying to figure out how to get that out. So I can kind of understand where you're coming from. And people just don't really know how to put it out yet. So I think he's still in that process of learning how to do that, if that makes sense. Because I know, like, for me, the first couple of years, there's no way that any of those were a story. Those were just a big old jumble mess of just throwing paint at a canvas.
Yeah, so I'm gonna basically agree with everything that Devin and Deucez said. Um, the flow was just all over the place. It was hard to keep up with it, but like the biggest thing for me that I just was having the most problem with was the lack of sub. Like because there was like I couldn't hear the sub, it just made everything else sound so flat. So I just yeah, biggest thing for me is put the sub in there. But you're still learning, and you're every single time you send in a tune, you get better.
It almost sounded like you were going for like an old 2000 that kind of track with all like back and forth. Like it was just not in the same layers that going back and forth was just jarring.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're getting a lot better.
Yeah. Remember what Devin says, keep it simple, stupid.
All right. Next up, we got Islander. Comments.
Is it Islander?
Yes, we know you like the art, Sam. We know you like the art.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was just gonna say, ooh, Islander tune.
Yo, I think he likes the art.
Yeah, hey, the art is cool.
Real. Bro, this is so fun. like I'll destroy the ass. I stand Islander.
Hey, is there any way we can get just a wheel back just to hear the little bit of the A section of the second drop?
Show me your...
I just wanted to hear that first like couple bars.
Yeah.
Dude, everything about that is so fire.
I wish that second drop kept going with that more half note flow. Because the second drop kind of felt like the first one, and there wasn't much variation, in my opinion. I know it's very subjective, but I just wish it would progress a little bit more. So when it came in with that half note flow in the second drop, I was so stoked because I loved that vibe, and then it switched right back to quarter notes, and it kind of lost me.
I agree.
Yeah, and to play off what you said, Eyeliner, you're someone that time and time again manages to impress me with very unique sound design, flow, atmosphere, storytelling. And not that this is a bad tune, but for you, you played it extremely safe. Extremely safe. And this is one of your tunes that feels more like a doubling tune or just like a standard quarter note banger. But to me, I wasn't really feeling like, holy shit, this is Eyelander, like final boss. Because like your music feels like some final boss shit every time, and I wasn't getting it this time around. But when the A section of the second drop came in, I was like, there he is. That's Eyelander right there. And then you left us again. Not a bad tune. Not a bad tune at all. But just by the standards that I hold you to, which may not be fair, very safe.
Yeah. But it would be a fucking crazy doubling. And then just playing the first couple bars of the second drop, then going back into doubling it. But that, I mean, even the
safe,
mix
but
down, like it was
it
a
was
lot
still
quiet. It was a lot
good,
quieter than normal Eyelander tunes. I feel like Eyelander tunes are fucking in your face.
Cam, it's okay. You don't have to agree with us. You could still really like this song.
No, this song is insane
I
though.
still really like it. Like Devin is right. Like a lot of your tunes are crazier, but this one, like it might not have been as crazy, like like sound design wise, but like the flow was just like so good. Like and like like the flow was good. The drums, like your drum samples are so cool, and like the way that you use the vocals in your tune, like. It's the atmosphere and the vibe that you create with your tunes is like unmatched. Like I enjoy every single song you send. Like you are for sure becoming like one of my like top 3 favorite producers to listen to. Like every time you send a tune, I'm just like, yeah, like I fucking want to hear this. And like this one was no different.
Yeah.
Send me all your music, please.
Please. Alright. Next up, we got the big man himself, RTX.
Wheel!
that fucking drum roll. Woo!
Doing the most, but doing it so fucking well. 11th house. Out to
Hi,
the Deucez.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, man. Are you fucking kidding me? It's just a bridge? Christ, RTX. The pastry boy.
I think I quit.
Literally, the only feedback I have is like trim 5 seconds off the song, make it 420,
Yeah.
and then it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shout
Yeah, I
out
think-
fucking Juicebox Records. Shout out Madcore.
So, for those of you watching the chat the entire time, the second the song started, I commented, "This is already the best intro of the day," and it was so simple. And this is what I'm telling you guys: to focus on simplicity, because the true tell of a phenomenal producer is how well or how much emotion they can strike out of you with very minimal sounds. And the second that song started, I knew it was going to be a fucking banger. And then when it dropped,
That fucking second bridge too.
Oh yeah, I'm not even there yet, brother. I'm still like 20. I'm still like 20 seconds into this song. See, you showed a mastery of simplicity, but then when the song actually drops and it was time for you to flex the full capabilities of what you can do as a musician, you did not waste a single sound in this song. The dynamics, the flow, the mixdown was perfect. The stereo imaging. I felt this song dancing around every corner of my brain. The way that it evolved kept me hooked from start to finish, and it kept evolving, and it never tripped over itself. The fact that you were 16, I usually never say this, but like, you are gonna be the fucking Mozart of dubstep. And I'm not just saying that. If you don't give up, dude, you're going to fucking topple what we thought was possible for sound design. Like, keep this shit up. I can't even tell you how fucking good this song is. This might be the best bass music song I've ever fucking heard from start to finish.
Yeah. Play it
All right,
again.
all right. Playing it from the beginning too. I want to hear that intro.
Wait, pause it real quick.
Oh, is that frog? That frog noise is the same one from the B bridge, but like the B bridge is just fucking crazy turned up and way like heavier.
Okay, chat, do me a favor. The second time we run through this, really like try to listen to it with your eyes closed and notice how much movement the song has. Like, you will literally feel it moving around your head. All right, play it, GT.
I feel like it just goes to prove you need to be in Discord more.
Yeah.
Wait. Jesus, dude, oh my god!
This part is insane.
I want to hear an RTX hardstyle tune.
This fucking bruh, this part is insane. Like,
this shit would go so crazy on a system.
And it should just end like right here.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah. Yo, that was one of those tunes that like made like my pleb brain can't even comprehend like why that was so good. I just know that was like greatness.
You already got the plat card, but another plat card.
Deuces, any feedback on that?
If anything, just compliments, really. Like the way that it panned left, right with the flow. Like wah, 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 but like back with like different sound design on the left and right going back and forth. And just filled every crevice of the ear was mwah. I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah, I felt like a bunch of little magical elves were having an orgy inside my ears.
Perfectly worded.
Instant, immediate cart.
Oh god! So who wants to go after that? Who's tunes next?
Well, Trent said play my tune, so he's got to do it, and it's a 39-second tune. All right, Trends.
But the best translation I have found for it is forcing. And so Wu Wei is the principle of not forcing in anything that you do.
More song, but
Yeah,
you,
more song.
the final boss battle, like you accomplished that very well. Like I was getting final boss battle vibes heavy.
Yeah, that was really cool. It kind of had like a waltz feel to it that I was feeling around. It's very dancey and very bouncy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing I would say is like I know it's a 30-second clip, but maybe the melody of the bomb could evolve a little bit more because it started to feel like a loop after a little while. But yeah, just evolve that melody, and this is really fucking cool. Like really fucking cool.
This gave me like Kingdom Hearts type, like Disney type beat with like the waltz and like the bounce, but like not like happy Disney, like
you're fighting the heartless, like
yeah,
Kingdom Hearts?
like you're fighting the heartless. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like going into like the B section, you can do womp 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 and like switch up sound design or something, just to kind of keep it fresh.
But
that's all I
with
got.
it.
Very bouncy.
It's a very hard thing to follow a tune like RTX, but you did so very well, and it was a nice change of pace. It was really cool. So good job, brother. Like good job.
Props to you. All right. Next up, we got.
I love Crucial's music, but I'm looking at his wave file. This shit about to be distorted as fuck.
About to destroy my ears.
That clap is so tight.
Is that fucking Liu Kang? I honestly thought that was just a perfect rhythm tune. That shit, I
Yeah.
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 Definitely.
The one thing I will say, it's not feedback at all. It's just Cam pointed out the use of snare. Like there's a clap, like a traditional clap, the type of clap that I like to hear. But there's this one little like super high pitched percussive snare that was just really, really nice, really unique.
Yeah.
That was a super cool touch. This is awesome, dude. And I take it back what I said from looking at the wave file. This was not hurting my ears at all. This is good.
I was
shit.
I was very surprised by that. It was
Same.
fucking clean as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was gonna be my face, but I mean it was in my face in the right way.
Yeah, that was like just a textbook rhythm tune. Like that was fire. Like I have no notes. Like I just enjoyed listening to that. That just was sonically pleasing.
He said, who's got the bingo card? We need to make GB feedback stream bingo cards.
I think
my dude, what's Gucci Coochie Lips?
The only thing I could hear is maybe just because when the sub came in, it seemed to kind of like fight a little with the main, was maybe just throw like a G clip, or if you already have one on the main bass, put maybe a 1 or 2 decibel gain on it to kind of fight that sub. But other than that, it was clean as hell.
We need to make a jar where it's like you and Cam put money in the jar when you use terminology that you learned from me. Oh god, this song is gonna be fucking cursed.
Bro, this artwork is terrible. I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
Let's go, Sensei.
I already know this tune's about to be ignorant.
Always is. It's like SpongeBob and the Walrus.
This alone could be a hip hop beat. This is so good.
Yeah, if you get some vocals over this part,
He said he's gonna have a rapper. So, I know this is a collab with you and ODX. How much of like the intro did you have a part in, or did you do all the intro? Because the intro alone, like, is so good. Like that alone is just like a fire, like hip hop, like beat, and like I really like that. You do a really good job of like combining like both genres. You know, like you're really good at making hip hop beats, and you're really good at turning those into intros for your dubstep tunes, and I think that's something that like is super sick. A lot of people do it, but they don't do it good, and then it doesn't really turn out that well. But I really like the way that you like combine like almost like gangster hip hop and like dubstep. Like that's why I like calling it IE rhythm. It's just like ignorant as fuck, and I love it.
Yeah, one of the things I love most about doing this every week is I get to watch you guys grow and progress, and you guys are doing so quickly, and it's kind of like really cool to be a part of and watch. Not to say that like we're a part of your guys' growth, but it's cool to watch it as it happens. Like you guys are all responsible for your own growth. Nothing that like I'm not trying to take that away from you. This is all you guys. Um, that being said, it is cool to watch so many of you guys like mold into the artist that you're meant to be in real time. So, Senate, this is by far your best intro. I love this. It's clean, it's smooth, absolutely no notes for the intro. I feel like once you add the rapper, everything will tie in together. As far as the drop goes, the drop does sound out of key, but I've kind of noticed that it could just be because like look, I get it. The fart thing, it's funny. It's kind of like the reverb fart sound is kind of a meme right now. I get it. But I feel like the time that's used by that reverb fart could be used or better spent marrying the intro with the actual drop, whether that be like teasing the synths that are going to come in from the actual drop, whatever the case. I just feel like the fart was kind of a waste of time, and it just kind of like makes the two ideas not really work at all. If you really want to use that fart, use it in the middle of the drop, then everything will make a lot more sense. But as it stands right now, you need to do a better job of blending the intro into the actual drop.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like the intro and the drop sound like two completely different songs, in the sense that it's like the vibe is completely different. So I have to agree with Devin. Like it just needs to be married, or in my opinion, make it completely different for the drop. Which is agreeing again, just because from like the fart noise thing, which I get it, but I feel like coming from that intro, it just didn't really fit the vibe, in my opinion.
Wait,
Get out of the sub, bro. Get out of it. Get out of here.
Okay, sorry, but to go back to the drop, I am not a fan of the initial synth that comes in. I think the intro is so clean that that synth is just way too rough around the edges as it stands right now. I think it's doing a disservice to the vibe and atmosphere that you created with the intro. I would like to hear that polished up. And I know that you're capable of it because when the triplets come in on the B section, the quality of those synths, that's what the entire drop should be. But the initial drop itself right now, as it stands, it's just super groggy and muddy. And it's kind of, like I said, it's just doing disservice to everything else that you created in the song.
Agreed. Two completely different vibes.
Yeah. All right. Well, next up we got Lazy Flex.
Also, did someone get a screenshot of me with the controller?
Do it again.
Are you dizzy, blood? You're gonna come up here like you're bad. You see you, yeah? I'm gonna fuck you up, blood. And you see you, Clint? I'm gonna shove this back so far up your pussy. Took my Game Boy, man. I just.
Holy fuck.
It was the little like Reese or like added synths coming in little spurts for me. Just made that perfect.
Yeah, Brian, I've known you since what, 2015, and like you've always had this, for lack of a better term, like dry metallic sound, but there's this warmth and there's this underlying warmth and bounce, which just makes it not sound dry, and it makes it work. It's robotic, but it's bouncy, and it's not stagnant, and it's choppy. And then when that switch comes in, like that switch is honestly the craziest thing. That's my favorite Lazy Flex bit I've ever heard. That switch is ridiculous. But yeah, dude, like you have a style. Like just now, what we need from you, Brian, is consistency. Just keep putting shit out. Keep putting shit out. You got your track out on Bypass. Keep submitting the labels. Keep that momentum going, because your number one problem, Brian, is you start building up momentum for yourself, and then you fuck off and disappear. And you've been doing that since I've known you, and this may sound brutal right now, but I believe in you. We all believe in you.
Yep.
Keep moving while the iron is hot, little nigga.
Yeah, facts. That switch up was super tight. The sound design on it was fire. That bubbly like bubbly bass sound. I don't know.
Bubble
Fuck, I can't
bass.
speak. Yeah, but yeah, that shit is tight.
Yeah. There was just so many textures in the song. So clean. Crunchy.
Bro,
bubbly.
you're like a. Sorry, JT. Crunchy and bubbly and what?
Yeah, just like dirty and clean. Like, I don't know. It complemented so well.
I would go as far as to say like you're a modern Trollface or like D Josta. But I'm not talking about like fucking Burial Trollface. I'm talking like more 2012 The Cube Trollface, back when he was like more Robostep and tear out, you know? Like you give me that like era. You give me like prime Robostep vibes, which is like an era of dubstep that needs to come back, frankly. Like God. But yeah, you're doing it.
Yeah, I
Also,
remember
random
when
shout out to Chosta.
I think my biggest thing too is like I gotta agree with you because like I remember like coming up switching from making house to making dubstep, and then when I was switching from dubstep to rhythm, I was listening to Lazy Flex way back in the day, and like looking up to Mans. So like, I totally feel you. You just got to keep consistent, my G.
All right, next up, we got Blair Witch Dubs,
Oh shit, it's nerve time.
Thrasher.
Nerve, how many times do you need to put me off one picture?
I love Ominous.
Stop, look and listen.
Wheel? Question mark?
You say wheel?
Stop, look and listen. Look and listen.
That flow,
I
that flow was just nutty.
I think
Facts.
the literal only thing I would say is the sub is a little overpowering on the first drop. I love it, but I just really want that, for all intents and purposes, ominous style synth to shine a little bit more on the drop. So maybe either turn the brightness on that synth up or turn the sub down a little bit. But beyond that, that's like literally the only thing, because that synth is so fucking cool. I just want it to, like, I don't know, take a drill through my brain.
Yeah.
That type of style is like my favorite rhythm, so I'm a slut for it.
Yeah, that was.
I
have like no notes.
I have-
Feedback, just banger.
I have an entire Spotify playlist dedicated to Ominous. I love this shit. Alright. You literally just come into this to show off. I love it.
I think the only thing I could say is there's been a lot of nerve tunes that I've heard where the sub follows the main bass a little bit more. And I feel like with some of the flows in this, it would have been so much cleaner to just follow it and really solidify that flow. But that's the only thing I could say.
I think it's safe to say that you still managed to make me and Deuces feel very stupid.
It's a card.
Easy card.
Next up, we got Frog Gore. Damn, stay. Look how your Twitch name is your music name. Your SoundCloud is your government.
Your government.
Oh no, this is Frog Gore's next. This is no mo samples. You don't have to apologize for shit.
I actually like this.
Yeah.
It was a good change of pace.
Yep.
Literally, yeah, or like, or anime extra, like just the end of the show completely, just like overlooking the landscape and shit.
Literal only thing I have to say is I want the vocals a tad louder, but beyond that, this is awesome.
Yes, Sensei, we have time for one or two more, so if you did the donate, you didn't do the donate line earlier, you can definitely. We have time for, we're gonna do Frog Gore, Frog Kid next. Play you after.
Only thing I would say to add is maybe add like a xylophone or some sort of like plucky lead towards like the end. Like something that's a little bit more higher up in the mix. Just to make it fresh. Keep it progressing through the story.
I enjoyed that. That was actually like calming and relaxing. Like
Hell yeah. Alright, Sensei, we'll get after Frog Kid, Frog Gore.
did we get to Juicy's?
Who?
Juice. I don't know. Juicy's. Juicy's.
No, I don't think we did.
Okay. They said they donated this, so I've been submitted to.
Wait.
The intro is pretty tight. Reminded me of like an old Grizzly tune.
Dude, I forgot about Grizzly. Not in the bad way.
Definitely going heavy on the frog theme.
Yeah.
Sound design.
That was for sure frog bass. Like froggy sounding bass.
Frog step.
Yeah. What's that game where Frogger?
Frogger,
Yeah.
nigga?
Yeah.
Which is probably what his name is a play off of in the first place, Cam. Dude, stop smoking weed. Okay, so I definitely feel the frog. I have to ask you the question, is this something you're gonna do in every track? Because you might run into the problem of pigeonholing yourself very, very early on, and you might be stuck making frog style songs for the rest of your life. And I don't know if that's something that you want to hard commit to off rip. If you're okay with that, then cool. But I'm just letting you know of a very real issue you might run into just from a branding perspective. You know what I mean? Like, you can't overdo the frog. Not that it's been overdone here, but it's a slippery. What's up?
I was gonna say, like, Chibs, like, I feel like if you're saying like 80% of his tunes, I feel like Chibs does a very similar like bass toad type synth, that his main synth in the, I'd say about 80% of his tunes, that he has a variety of it, but like he mellows it down a bit to where it's not like so in your fucking face. This is a frog.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the thing is too, like, Chibs also isn't calling himself frog anything, so you're not
exactly.
You're not thinking of frogs when you think of Chibs. And what I'm saying here is, like, you're kind of setting yourself up on a path where if you do anything that's not frog related, people are gonna be. But
you just clip so hard.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think the idea of the song is cool. It's a little loud for me personally, and I feel like the flow gets a little repetitive over time. I'd like to see it evolve a tad more, or a toad more. Haha, see, I can make frog jokes too. But yeah, this is a good tune.
Well executed.
Yeah, definitely.
No. Oh no. You should have said redacted. You should have said redacted, J Moss. You're canceled. Next up, we got Sensei. It's for J Moss and chat.
Yeah, that's for J Moss and chat.
No more J Moss ID.
love funk out here. Well, I do. Ooh, that's tight.
Yeah.
First drop was okay.
Yeah.
I get it. The first drop was just very like, hey guys, look, we did the funk thing. It's funk. Hey guys, did you notice that it's funk? Hey guys, it's funk. And it's like, all right, I get it. You know, like.
Yeah, I totally
felt,
thought the direction was going to go somewhere different.
yeah, I felt like it was just. I probably said the word obvious. You know, like I don't know. I feel like I would have preferred the first drop to be a little bit more subtle in the funk direction, with just little like hints a bit splashed in. Like, show me that you guys can do an actual house drop, and then sprinkle funk in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That being said, the second drop is an overload of funk, but there's just a certain energy with it where I'm just like, oh shit, okay, I like this. You know what I mean? But that's my 2 cents on the matter. It already got signed, so congrats for that. It's not a bad tune. You guys just know how picky I am with this kind of shit.
I think for me too, like going from the more trappy kind of intro to then house, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to go from like that funk vibe to rhythm or dub. And I feel like taking it in that direction and then just having like little fills with the funk vibe, in my opinion, would be cool. I mean, obviously it's already signed, it's already done, but like if you decide to do like a VIP, that's the direction I would personally take it.
I liked it. I like funk music. Um, congrats on it getting signed. It definitely like I can see what Devin's saying about how the first drop was a tad boring. The second drop was in fact way better. But yeah, I still like it.
I also enjoyed it, but congrats on it getting signed. Yeah, if you do the VIP and make it rhythm, please send that in. Love to hear that.
Yeah. Now it makes sense too that the collabing artist was also house, so that it makes much more sense now.
that is the end of stream. All for basically chat the entire time. Appreciate you all.
Real quick, we didn't get a chance to do this because Deuces was a bit late, but Deuces, thank you for coming to the chat. Also, if there's anything you yourself want to promote, any releases, shows, any of that, let us know in chat. Let us know in the stream right now.
I mean, I'm on tour still currently. This weekend, I'm hitting up San Francisco Saturday. Weekend after that, I'll be at Electricity in Michigan. And then tunes-wise, I know I just released Dum De Dum, still kind of riding that one out. I think I have something coming up soon with A Records, but we're still trying to figure out the deets, get some things kind of done up with that. And then got a big release I can't really talk about too much yet, coming out in September that I'm big stoked for because it's definitely one of my more happier tunes that I'll be releasing this year.
Okay.
Oh, RTX, the VOD will be up in like 2 minutes. We watched your song like 3 times. We listened to your song like 3 times.
We spent 13 minutes on your tune because we liked
yeah.
it so much. I got a
Yeah.
text message from J Moss complaining about it. He said, "Move on, nigga. Damn, 13 minutes on one song.
One song.
One song.
One song. Big
I mean,
Ben
hey, if you want us to
RTX.
spend 13 minutes on your song, write better music and it's
Yeah.
for you.
All right, so we're gonna raid over to our man Sisto, who's also reviewing some music. So
Call him Maurice.
yeah, go say happy birthday, Maurice.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Maurice, in
Happy
chat.
birthday,
Yeah,
Maurice.
happy birthday, Maurice, in chat. Thank you all for joining us. Really appreciate you.
Deuces, bits.
Deuces.
Later.